Hello, everybody. It's Ken Faulkner. Yes, Ken Faulkner with some fixed blades coming to you with another knife video. Uh, Fixed blades, yeah. It's kind of where I started when I was much younger. It's all about fixed blades, fantasy stuff. Back in the '70s, it was Frost Cutlery, Gil Hibben, that sort of thing. Used to like peruse the knife shops that were in the malls back then, shopping malls with knife stores. Unbelievable. It's been a long time since I've seen that. But yeah, and I would get daggers and big fantasy type stuff, swords, short swords. It was fun as a kid. Didn't know what I was doing. Nothing expensive, nothing high quality. Um, but then over the years, I really started getting more into the real the real deal, and this here is the real deal when it comes to fixed blades. Now, I was really doing folders mostly when I started collecting, and I started from a tactical kind of self defense kind of thing, and it was like plus. I grew up in the city, so it's like you don't see people walking down the streets with knives too much, unless you see me walking down the street in the city on the weekends. I work in an office, so I'm not carrying during the week, but maybe on a Friday, casual Friday, you're wearing your jeans, got a little small fixed blade like these guys. And I love these smaller kind of pocket fixed blades or EDC fixed blades. I think they're great. I mean, I would carry them every day if I wasn't scaring coworkers, getting HR on me, making little kids cry, just because they're and everybody's afraid of something that they don't understand. I think that's really where so much of our fear comes from. Um, but fixed blades are great. I mean, they're the basic knife from the caveman days. Knives have been part of our lives since the human experience. I mean, it's really the human experience having a sharpened something. If it was a sharpened like rock or stick, that's where it kind of came from originally. It started there, and it just kind of developed over years and years, and it became a science and an art. And it was for the longest time that was how people protected themselves. And then firearms came along, and then it changed, but then they were also tools at all times. People were either cooking food, hunting, just using them for when things weren't so easy as they are now. We didn't have all the modern conveniences. If you're farming, you're going to need something that can cut. I mean, there's things like that, and we've kind of come a long way from them. But now we got EDC, and a lot of EDC is going to be folders because it's more convenient to carry a folder in your pocket clip, all that kind of thing. I mean, I really see like and slip joints were like where it kind of started, where we started coming from fixed blades to using folding knives. There's like either friction folders or slip joints then, and then you got into the modern locking stuff and all the fun stuff that we enjoy today. But it all came from the original fixed blade, a handle on a piece of steel, um, sharpened, and maybe you sharpen it on a rock. You know, Back in the day, obviously that's not my experience. I have the benefit of the modern day, but these things are very useful, but you don't really realize until I used to, and I still do, even on YouTube now. They got Forged in Fire. They got like I think they have 10 years of series or 10 whatever, and I watched them all, and then I watched them over again, and I watched them over again. It was just so fun to watch people making knives, different kind of thing, because they're forging them. You get a lot of people now doing, different things like stock removal, that kind of thing. But ultimately, somewhere along the line, you're going to get a steel, and then the making of the steel is like Though they don't get into that in the store, in the show, so much of the making of the steel, but even that's a science, and there's a lot to that. It's so cool. There's so much to it. Knives are really a very deep subject. There's so much history. There's so much detail in all the different levels. But anyway, that brings me to these knives in front of me here. Three knives made by the same company as far as fabrication. And these are all made, sorry about that, they are all made by hand. And they're all made in the USA. And they're made by one person, one man, going from a blank piece of steel that's a rectangular shape. I mean, he's obviously not, making his own steel, but he's buying the steel and then he's taking it from there, and it's not hardened steel at that point, and he's making the shapes. He is forging it, and he is doing the heat treatment, and he is really a master knife maker, and that's Jacob from Very Good Knife Company. You can see here's a very good example of the Very Good Knife Company symbol there. And because if you are interested in seeing what he does, you can go. He has his own YouTube channel. I know a lot of people are very fond of Aries EDC. I don't have any of his knives. I would like to, and he does that kind of thing. And there's a lot of other people out there that are showing making of knives. But a Very Good Knife Company's YouTube channel, and a lot of it is talking about what he's doing. A lot of it lately is talking about his life situation. We'll get into that a little bit. I'm not going to speak totally on it, but just want you to be aware of it. But there's some where he's going through the process of making these knives, putting on the handles, talking about how he decides what kind of materials to use and why he does it. And he's grinding them all. They're not getting water jetted. He's making them. I think that's just, there's something about that. It's a real craftsmanship. It's a real artistic endeavor, and they are beautiful. I mean, they may not be the fanciest knives. He's pretty much working in two different types of steel. There's 80 CRV, which is what all three of these are. I kind of like the idea of a carbon steel knife. Obviously, you get a little patina. You can kind of see that here, but I think that's pretty cool. I really like that. But it just makes you have to take care of your knives a little bit. But he also does Nitro V. So he's got those two, and he's gotten into some of the carbon fiber handles. This one's a very cool one. Now, 2 out of the 3 of these are they're all made by Very Good Knife Company, but 2 out of 3, these 2 outside ones, these were ones that Tim from Tim School of Fish, and I've talked about him a lot. Part of the reason why I enjoy watching Tim's channel, I liked it already, but we kind of connected, and we met at Blade Show. And also, he is very, very well and closely, he knows and is good friends with Jacob from Very Good Knife Company. And so he's had he's done designs, because he knows a lot about knives. And if you watch his channel, you'll realize that. But he's designed knives, and he's had Jacob at Very Good Knife Company. So you got the Blackwater Knife Company here. That's the symbol of the knife. And then Very Good Knife Company is the maker, the OEM. So they've made an arrangement so that Tim can design knives and sell them at his company, and Jacob makes the knives. And everybody wins out. It's just like one of these partnerships. And this is one that is directly from Very Good Knife Company, because Jacob designs his own knives, and they are very good knives. It's funny. It's kind of a funny name, really. It's not, I don't know. It's kind of like my channel is just my name. I'm not great marketing. I think the Very Good Knife Company is really relying on the quality of its knives and word of mouth. I learned about them from Tim. He talked about them and showed their knives and everything they were coming out with, and got me excited about it. And that's where I bought this one here, which is the Adventure. Now, this one is definitely EDC sized, maybe a little bit bigger than, yeah, about the same. They're all about the same size. But then Jacob makes a few other knives that are bigger. He's also partnered up with other YouTube people who wanted to design and sell knives. So he's definitely capable of larger knives, smaller knives, that kind of thing. But this seems to be kind of the range of size. Even he has some smaller ones than this. So check it out. The one thing I want to let you guys know that if you go to the website, Very Good Knife Company, you'll see that he's out of stock, and that's true with a lot of makers, especially because he's a one-man show. So he can only produce so many knives. Now, if you watch one of the videos of him making knives, you'll be amazed at how quickly he goes through the process. He's really got it down, and he even makes his own sheaths, Kydex, full-on Kydex, all the rivets and everything like that. Now he was making these kind. I think he switched to different ones, maybe some soft loops or something. I don't know what he's really doing right now, but he was making these loops out of Kydex as well. And this works really well for me. I think he's found that some people don't care for it as much, so he's always looking to improve his stuff. Now I've taken some of the sheaths and I've put on ulti clips. So here's an ulti clip. So this is going to be going in the pocket. Now this is obviously from a different company. It did not come with the knife originally, but you can. It's all compatible with these kind of things. And then I had another ulti clip that I bought at Blade Show, a different design. I was talking to the guy there at the show because they always have a booth, ulti clip, and they had this one here, and this one kind of you can clip it on, and it works pretty well too. It's more of a belt type style. I think you can actually carry it in the pocket, but I carry it on my belt this way. So there's all different options with that whole system that Jacob puts on these sheaths, and they're great. I mean, really, really. See this? Got to make sure I get the right knife for the right sheath. They click in. He's got that thumb ramp. It's kind of fun to watch him make them too on the videos, and how he puts this little thumb ramp. He heats it all up. He puts it in, presses it together. But yeah, it locks in. Definitely very. No rattle, really well made. I mean, he just knows what he's doing. So anyway, going back to kind of the situation that he's been through, I don't want to go into details. It's a personal thing, family related. It's definitely hard, especially since I went out to dinner with this guy, him and Tim and their wives. Unfortunately, my girlfriend wasn't there, so I was kind of solo that night. But sitting with them, talking with them, just hearing the stories and stuff like that, you really get to know the people. They're just good, salt of the earth people. And Jacob has definitely got history. Like his father was into this stuff. But then there's, you know how it is with families sometimes. There's drama there. I'm not going to go into all the details again. If you want, he's done some videos on it. He's been very open about it. So he's not hiding anything. But right now he's in the middle of moving. He had actually had and it's probably still up, a GoFundMe. I put some money up for that because I wanted to help out. But he needed to move from a house that was owned by his father, and his shop was actually on the property, and had to move not only his shop but his family to a new house. So he's in the middle of that right now. So if you go to his website, you're going to see that things are out of stock. But he is going to be coming back strong. He's got a bigger shop. I think he's going to be in a better position. He's always looking to improve, and now he has room to grow. And he's kind of gotten out of the drama. So, if anybody's dealing with drama in their life, especially with families and stuff like that, it's hard. It takes a toll on you. And you could see kind of, when he's talking about it, how difficult it was for him. But he's got a great wife, great kids. He's got a great work ethic. I mean, he really is an awesome guy. I'm just telling you this because I know him. I met him. I don't know him on a daily basis, not like Tim, who's actually worked business with him. But just the time that I did hang out with him at Blade Show and at dinner, you could sense it. Really good guy. So that's why I really want to do this video. I know that he is going to be kicking it into gear coming in 2025, and he's going to be putting out some knives. And I think that he is going to be a person to watch. He definitely was up and coming before all this stuff hit the fan, and I think that you're going to see more and more of him referenced on other people's channels. Certainly, Tim will be always showing what his products are, and there's going to be other people too. So keep an eye out. Watch for it. I think that it's going to be a place to go. The prices are really, for a handmade knife, you know how much you can pay for those. So far, Jacob has kept the price down. I mean, really, really down for these. I mean, we're talking sub 200. I think one of them, this guy was slightly over 200, but in general, they're right in that range. For a handmade fixed blade, solid, thick stock, hollow grind on this one. These other ones are flat. It's got nice tall flat on this. They work fabulous. Anyway, that's just, it really is a good price for somebody who's not mass producing, doesn't have a company where he's just popping them out and just like getting them all laser cut and heat treated in mass. He heat treats each one of these but one at a time, because he has, he's got a forge or an oven that he can do it in, and then another oven that he does his thermocycling and all the stuff that I hear about, but I don't really know that much about. But it's just I think it's really cool, and I just look up to this guy so much. So I just wanted to let you know, in case you haven't heard of him before, keep an eye out coming in the next year. I don't know when he's going to really be getting these things out again, back in full business. If you go to his website, you'll see all the knives he has. And you can contact him. You can find out more information about when he's going to be putting things out. He does this for a living, full time. So he has to get this going, and he will. And I just want everybody to be aware that it's going to be available, and that I recommend it highly. I recommend this company. Very good knife company. Check them out. If you like fixed blades, it's definitely a way to go. Very cool. All right, guys. I will be talking to you later. I hope everybody's had a good holiday. We're getting back into the new year, so I hope everybody's ready to have a great year this year, all right? I know I am. I will see you on the next one.